Ladies and gentlemen, a custom classified G.I. Joe action figure. I do a lot of repaints. I don't normally do them on the channel, and I thought I would show this one. Classified, not know what they are. They're 1/12 scale G.I. Joe figures. This is the Gung Ho in the retro version, which technically came out in 1983. Well, in 1985, it was rolled along into the UK as Action Force, and Action Force did have Gung Ho, but they also had, with the Action Force Command Center, they had Gaucho, and Gaucho was a simple repaint of the 83 Gung Ho. And I don't try to repaint everything. Usually if I repaint something, and I'm especially in the classified line, every time I repaint something, I usually come out with it. So I try to choose figures and different sub lines that I don't think they'll repaint, which they possibly could. You can get him in the 3 3/4, and you could also get him in the 4-inch 25th anniversary one. So, and I have yet to see him in the classified, so I thought it's a simple little repaint. All you got to do is repaint his jeans and his vest there, and it's real simple. Now, again, one thing I got to mention is when I repaint figures, I paint them for a static purpose, as in they're not going to be moved, because I do not know how to paint the inside of the joints and not have the paint rubbed off. I have never figured that out, and I still don't know to this day how to do that. That's why you have to have a, if you wanted him to be playable, you'd have to get you a green plastic pant buck. The vest is about the only thing that probably won't rub off, but other than that, that's about the only thing I know how to do. But anyway, to solve that problem for me, I just make static figures, and it works out pretty darn slick. Now, painting these, you can either primer them and go to town if you want to. I don't. I require a little more work, I think, and I try to keep it very, very simple. I do wash them first, a little soap and water, just to get the grime off and anything like that, and then I use acrylic paint. And for his pants, was basically just military green and a little bit of a black mixed in with the military green. There's some washes implied just in the recess of the folds of the clothes and on the belts. And I took a little bit of white and the military green, and very hard to see. Of course, my painting styles is very subtle, and there's a lot of dry brushing on here, just highlights on the tops and all that. For his vest, there's two different colors. One's kind of orangey red, and one's kind of red. And so I kind of cheated and used flat red and amaranth red, and basically mixed them together. That's, there's not really a color for it. I mean, if you want to use red, great. But there's a lot of, almost every figure I paint has a custom mixed color, and it's one of those you really should write it down if you want to redo it. But if they ever come out with him again, or come out with him in this color, I'm curious to see, because I have been pretty close on my other classifieds when they come out with the figure. It's pretty close paint-wise, color and paint application. But anyway, I think he turned out pretty darn slick. I am a out-of-box collector, and I'm also a mint in-box collector, and I'm also in the in-between mint and box, and that is, I like to try to save the tops. I usually cut the tops off here. You can slide the figure back and forth. That way you can have storage. I mean, most time if you don't put them in a display case, you got to put them in totes or wherever. And I do like the packaging for storage purposes. But anyway, classified Gaucho for Action Force. He turned out pretty darn slick. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I got going on today. A simple, quick little repaint of the Gung Ho into Action Force Gaucho. So that's what we got going on today. Stay tuned for next exciting episode.